Our locker room with a look at the day's sports. Paul?
Thanks, Gabrielle. Yes, I'll be the first to admit when I decide what basketball highlights to use, dunks are a priority. Hey, they make good TV. But more often than not, it's a three-pointer or two that change the course of a game. That's why Penn State aggressively recruited Pete Lisicki. And the hired gun from Whitehall is finding his range. His release is quick and deadly. If he were a quarterback, he'd remind you of Dan Marino. Whether it's off the screen, off the dribble, or wide open, he's never met a jumper he didn't like. But like most freshmen, Lisicki struggled at times. Those sweet-sounding swishes from high school were reduced to clanks. But in his last 8 games, Pete has hit 18 of his 34 trays, and he leads the Lions with 49 triples on the year. And when he's on, he makes everybody better.
I believe we're going to need to shoot the ball well from the perimeter and get good production from John, and obviously Pete's one of the key players in that scheme of things.
Usually at this point in the season, freshmen start to wear down. The whole transition thing takes its toll. Even though Pete says he is mentally tired, he feels fine otherwise.
I've just done everything I can to try to stop that from happening. I've been eating a lot, when we go eat train table, and trying to get as much sleep as possible. So, I think I've done a good job because I feel pretty good.
After winning the prestigious Nike Camp three-point shootout as a high school senior, everyone tried to hop on the Lisicki bandwagon. But Penn State had been there for a long time. So his jump shot and three-point shooting came as no surprise.
That's something that we knew Pete could give us, and we were hopeful that he could at least give us that his freshman year, and then in the future give us more than just shooting. And I think that'll be the case.
So while many of his classmates are on spring break, Pete Lisicki will be in Ann Arbor tonight trying to rain some jumpers on the Wolverines. You can see the game right here on TV 10. Tip-off.
Okay. All right.
See you, Pete. Thanks so much, man.
So don't you guys go away.
Here's another player that the Big Ten helped Penn State get. He was
very highly recruited out of Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
UCLA wanted him, Villanova, Virginia. Well, he had the right program in mind, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Combination of academics and athletics, Penn State.
Penn State offers me, a shot to play big-time basketball. Offers me a good atmosphere for academics. If you want to graduate college, you're going to do it here. I think what it offers me the most is a chance to build something here. Building the Bryce Jordan Center is like, Penn State is behind its basketball team, and that they're looking to, get better. And I saw myself, helping him get to that place. Another big thing about my decision coming here were, of course the coaches have to be forward about telling me what I'm going to do with the team. I think Coach Parkhill knows what it takes to be a good college basketball team. It amazes me sometimes how he picks out such little things that I might be doing wrong. And, he picks it out with me, he picks it out with other players. And it's just, he sort of seems like a perfectionist in that way, but I think that's a really good thing, and I think it's going to make us an even better basketball team. Everyone gets along on the team, and also, at other schools that I unofficially visited, it didn't seem that way, that everyone got along, along racial lines or, just about person-to-person lines. And it seemed that it is that way, as far as I've seen here, that everyone gets along and everyone just wants to do the best they can and, help the basketball team out. I knew in the back of my mind that, it was the best place for me right away.
Penn State Hoops is brought to you by Subaru and your local Subaru dealer. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Health Rider, the total body fitness machine.
This year, more fathers and sons will spend Saturday mornings together. More couples will celebrate golden wedding anniversaries, and more friends will get to know each other a little better. State Farm is pleased to announce that last year, almost 2,000 fewer people were victims of drunk drivers because programs like Designated Driver are working, but we still have a long way to go. Please, be a good neighbor. Be a designated driver.
The all-new Subaru Legacy. Some say it looks best in red. Others say in green. But perhaps it's best seen in white. Subaru all-wheel drive is the ultimate safety feature. It transfers power automatically from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip. So, any sliding you do is strictly by choice. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Don't fall for baby back ribs. At the new Fat Boys Barbecue, we only serve real smoked pork ribs, never boiled. With a Spotlight 10 coupon, save $4 off Fat Boys' famous barbecue feast. Enjoy a true barbecue experience. For great food fast, try Fat Boys Express Lunch. Your choice of 3 large barbecue sandwiches, our old smoky burger with fries and a drink, or a chef salad with a drink for only $3.99. At the new Fat Boys Barbecue, Route 255, DuBois.
Are you ready? You better be. Old Man Winter doesn't take it easy on anyone in central Pennsylvania. That's why you need to be prepared for every winter weather event. That's why you need to watch Action News. The area's leading weather team will show you when a storm will hit your community and how much snow you can expect. Then TV 10's Operation Snowball lets you know which schools, roads, and businesses are affected by the storm. Are you ready? We are. Operation Snowball, all winter long on WTAJ TV 10 Action News.
As far as your matriculation here at Penn State, you have to experience your college diner. All the alumni always come back here, get some stickies. Yeah. You guys know about the diner. Well, we're going to show Pete. See you inside. Go ahead, Blue Chipper. All right. You're so young. All right, now, Pete, this is 101 Penn State. Now, this is your first year. You don't understand all the things that happen here at Penn State, but for the next 4 years, you're going to be spending a lot of time here, okay? So I want you to get used to it. I want to get you acclimated to the diner and what goes on. So what are we going to go with here? I'm hungry. I don't want you ordering the salads either. But you're in training now.
I need some
Sweets.
Some sweets. I need some fat, according to the nutritionist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what Dr. Clark told you?
Dr. Clark.
What? She wants you to gain some weight?
She just wants me to eat a lot.
Do you have any cords?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Maybe back in 2nd and 3rd grade when I went to Catholic school.
Come on now. That's the look right there. What's up with you? I'll get a pin. Can I get a pin? Aren't cords in?
Most definitely.
See, he's acting like cords aren't good to wear now. All right, now, you said Christina Clark said you had to gain some weight and everything.
Yeah.
So we need to go somewhere where there's more food. Irvin's Bagels.
Let's do that.
Food and students.
That sounds good.
Now, we're here at Irving's Bagel. This is the most popular bagel joint in State College. And the reason why is you have so many options. So what do you usually go with?
Usually go with some other guys that have some money saved up.
This is one of Pete's favorite hangouts, by the way. So if you ever want to find Pete, come to Irving's Bagel.
Thanks for coming. Good luck.
Now, when you're getting ready for a game, what do you listen to?
I usually listen to a little Public Enemy before a game. It's not big in Whitehall, but I like to listen to it.
He's down. He's down, ladies and gentlemen. That's a beautiful thing.
Just songs with some beats that'll get me going,
Pete Lisicki sparking the crowd.
Hey, on behalf of Pete Lisicki, I would just like to say it was wonderful to have you with us to share in his first experience with the diner and all the other wonderful things that go on downtown. Well, we're going to continue listening to some music, and you guys are going to look at some highlights.
Coach Bruce Parkhill and his Nittany Lions were home to face the Boilermakers, who looked to avenge their loss to Penn State last year at Rec Hall, when Purdue was ranked 7th in the country. But the blue and white had thoughts of a repeat.
Lions have only taken one shot in this game. Earl to Ameche. Boy, we saw that a lot last year here.
Something we're seeing a lot of this year, the acrobatics of Donovan Williams.
Williams got it, and a foul. It's a foul on Martin.
Newton's third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Hence, the Subaru Body Play of the Week.
Donovan shows the Boilermakers here that he can also dish, and the whole country is learning that Danny Earl is deadly from three land. Purdue had some success from outside the arc and grabbed the early lead, although never by more than 5. So Parkhill looked for someone to get hot, and a former New Jersey State Player of the Year responded.
Earl will try again. They've got a good inside-outside game.
Tell you what, when Ameche catches it down there, it's going in the hole.
And when Rashawn Carlton gets a step on a defender, it's an easy 2. Carlton was one of 3 Lions to hit double digits, and he finished the game with 11. Quickness is also Donovan Williams' forte, who's among the Big Ten leaders in steals.
Williams, good. Donovan Williams with a jumper. Lisicki with the 3. Tipped back up and in by the big house.
But the best big man in the Big Ten is John Ameche. His soft hands have pro scouts salivating and opposing coaches machinating. And what has Penn State in 3rd place in the Big Ten is their balance. Here, Glenn Secunda and blue chip freshman Pete Lisicki team up for 2. Then the sellout crowd got to see a little more of Rashawn Carlton.
Carlton trying to work against Martin. Martin won't give him any ground, but he finds his seam and puts it in anyway.
But Purdue was able to stay a little ahead of the Lions all half, and at the break, Penn State found themselves down by 4. But this season, Penn State team doesn't fluster easily, and they were determined to get even with the Boilermakers. And the Nittany Lions started the second half with a roar.
Williams firing, scoring.
And they started to fire the missiles from long range as well.
More often than not, you put the ball in his hands, he'll nail it.
Next, it was another former New Jersey State Player of the Year, a guy averaging more than 16 a game, Glenn Secunda, who was getting back on track as Parkhill's team went back to the basics.
On a roll at the moment.
Down Ameche. And a foul. And now this place is really alive.
The next couple of minutes epitomized Big Ten basketball. Each team searched for a seam. Each team was forced to take what the other gave them. Carlton is the perfect example, tough when driving or from the perimeter. Finally, Penn State's persistence paid off.
Ameche, Foster covered him up, a lot of bodies all over the place. And Earl ties it with a 3. Carlton, a tough shot. Loose bodies picked up by Ameche underneath. Great recognition by John Ameche.
The hall was rocking, and Gene Cady and his Boilermakers were scrambling when Carlton worked from NBA land and got a tray.
Carlton. Wow. Lions are winning the battle on the boards. Look out here. Secunda to follow.
Penn State's balanced attack had them scoring from long range, on rebounds, and with penetration. And like a championship prize fight, this one looked to be going to a decision. And Glenn Secunda continued his strong second half.
Secunda banks it off the boards.
Purdue fought ahead by 2 late in the game and would increase that to as many as 5 in the final minute. But Penn State battled down to the final second.
10 seconds left in the game. They got to put it up quick. Ameche lays it in.
But the Boilermakers made their free throws down the stretch, and they put the game just out of reach of the Nittany Lions, who lose by 3. Their record drops to 12-4. but none of Penn State's conference losses have been by more than 3 points.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's doing a real good job.
That's it. There you go. There you go.
There is a momentum building, and I think there's a real excitement about what they see. When I was playing, I played 3 sports, so I was real competitive. I really loved participating in athletics. It was a great source of motivation for me, and it was a great source of joy for me. I was a very competitive person. I was very intense. Maybe I was a little overboard in that regard. But I think that just the competitive atmosphere, the anticipation of practice. I look forward to going to practice every day. There are certain things that I find in myself that I can't let slide. You know, certain things in practice that if things are a little sloppy, or if guys aren't really giving what I feel is their best effort, I can't usually let that go. It's important for them to work as hard as they can to further enhance those skills and be the best they can be. But yeah, I'm as competitive now in a lot of ways as I was as a player.
There is only one total body fitness machine that gives you a complete aerobic workout while stretching and toning all large muscles at the same time. This is it. There is only one fitness machine that is whisper quiet and totally non-impact. This is it. There is only one fitness machine recommended by fitness expert Covert Bailey to burn fat, lose weight, and keep it off. This is it. If you're looking for the best time to take action, get off the diet merry-go-round, lose weight, and keep it off, this is it. Call now to order your Health Rider or receive your free informational video and brochure.
Some men have hair, some men don't. For those who don't, we suggest you get more hair. He got more hair. It's great.
Terrific.
Not enough hair? Then get more hair. He did. No comparison. Get more hair the HRS way. HRS's hair assimilation process gives you more hair just where you need it. Looks like growing hair, feels like growing hair. Get more hair. He needed more hair. He got it.
Big difference.
Hair assimilation. Not a wig, not a transplant. And only HRS has it.
You look better. You feel better. It's easy.
Get more hair!
Get more hair, get more looks. Get HRS's phone number and call.
Hair Replacement Systems of State College in Johnstown. Call now, 1-800-554-7575.
When I came here originally, Penn State had a program, a very reputable program in the Atlantic 10. But when we got into the Big Ten, I think you could compare it with AAA and the majors. We just absolutely jumped to a whole new level. I think the Big Ten brings a credibility to the program that puts it on ESPN, puts it on CBS, puts it on ABC. That maybe we didn't have in the past, and I think the television aspect of it has really made the coverage take off. We tried to correct all the mistakes that were made in other buildings. We tried to put things in that building that would make it a comfortable place for TV to come to. What we thought about was just larger numbers. We're dealing in numbers now that are probably twice the numbers we dealt in 5 years ago. And when that light goes on and that TV comes on, we want people to say, wow. I don't think we in our wildest imagination know what it's going to mean to this program. I think this building is going to be the crown jewel of the Big Ten. And I think Penn State basketball, as a result of this building, is going to be a Big Ten contender year in, year out.
And this year, the Lions are moving towards the top of the Big Ten with their next test, another nationally televised game against number 9 Michigan State in East Lansing, Michigan.
With the feed. Williams hanging and Donovan gets it.
Donovan has been getting it all year, providing key senior leadership. And talk about senior leaders, who else but academic All-American John Amici. The Spartans tried to become the first team to shoot over 50% from the field against Penn State this year.
Carlton drives the lane, rattles it home. But there, high off the glass. Amici battles for the rebound, and he'll reverse it up and score. Nice hands.
Amici's hands had Michigan State guessing as he shows off the quick baby hook.
Amici again trying to take Mike inside. Nice turnaround hook.
Then the sure-handed Danny Earl drains a 3 off of a Park Hill-designed inbounds play. But the Spartans managed to stay in the lead.
Nice spin move in it. Good use of the body.
While Amici was schooling the Spartans down low, Pete Lisicki held class outside the arc. And Penn State players are just too smart to double team.
Nice pass. And the look inside.
Then Donovan Williams showed athleticism that impressed the country watching on the tube and his teammates watching in person.
2-on-2, now 3-on-2 on the break. And Lisicki will hot.
And wouldn't cool down as another Coach Park Hill freshman is having a big impact in his first year.
Pennick for 3.
Amici wasn't impressed as he left the Spartans flat-footed.
Look at that left hand. Oh, is that nice?
But the Lions trailed by 9 at the half to a team that they had defeated in their last meeting on a last-second basket. Still, Penn State was determined to make it 2 in a row over the Spartans.
Amici calling for it.
Michigan State's biggest lead tonight.
There it is.
14 points, and there it is.
Penn State pecked away from the outside. First Glenn Secunda, then Dan Earl.
That's a good screen outside.
Yes.
Nice job by Dan Earl.
Which opened up the inside game and the Lions' quickness, but they also made up a big part of the deficit with their long-range shooting in senior Greg Bartram.
Triple team.
Triple. Bartram's got to be open, and he is, and he rattles it down for 3.
Michigan State was hitting their outside shots as well, but when it comes to long-range accuracy, no one was as reliable as Pete Lisicki, who was 4 of 6 from three-point land.
Lisicki in the lineup, and he picks up where he left off in the first half.
And when Michigan State came out and challenged Lisicki, that meant single coverage on Amici, and 2 more points for Penn State. Big John would lead the Lions with 17 and his 9th double-double in his last 10 games. And he excelled at the other end, too.
And he gets a block. It's his second, along with 7 rebounds. And on the three-pointer, Brooks with the foul.
The Spartans were showing how they had dented the top 10, but the Nittany Lions were not impressed. Freshman Pete Lisicki played with the calm of a senior. Sometimes he scored, sometimes he passed. Always, he kept the Lions close.
State's still close, though. They're hanging around. Well, they've got Lisicki in that lineup. They're okay. Look at that pass.
Lisicki finished with 14, but despite his efforts, Michigan State held on to beat the Nittany Lions, who had won 3 straight on the road. Penn State falls to 12-5, but they look forward to the rematch at Rec Hall in their own building later this season.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's doing a real good job.
That's it. There you go.
There you go.
There is a momentum building, and I think there's a real excitement about what they see. Well, it's, in a sense, it's a dream come true for me. When I took the job here, it really wasn't considered a great job for basketball, and we struggled for a couple years. And then, and I know a lot of people, most people, didn't think it was possible to win 20 games at Penn State. It had only been done twice in the history of the school. And so that was a challenge just to try to see if we could win 20 games. And then we did it. We won 20 or more than 20 4 years in a row. And that was really a dream come true. And then to envision now a new facility and playing in the Big Ten, quite frankly, was even beyond my expectations originally when I took the job. So it's really enabled me to dream more and to see some things happening, like students sleeping overnight for a week for season tickets. Things that happen in the best, most high-profile, most storied programs in the country are happening here now at Penn State. And all the games are sold out, and the waiting list for season tickets, and the new arena, the Big Ten. It's really allowing us to really shoot higher goals, set higher goals, and shoot for those goals, and to really watch some wonderful things happening with our program. And it's really been very gratifying to be a part of it.
The all-new, all-wheel drive cars from Subaru. Each looks beautiful on the surface. Any surface. Subaru all-wheel drive is the ultimate safety feature. It reacts instantly, transferring power automatically from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip, to help keep you safely on the road, even where there are no roads. The all-surface, all-weather, all-wheel drive line from Subaru. Subaru! The beauty of all-wheel drive.
Everything's coming up roses in the Penn State Room at McClanahan's. Celebrate Penn State football's spotless season with the Penn State Room's Rose Bowl, undefeated season, and Big Ten champ merchandise. Call the 800 number on your screen for a free Rose Bowl merchandise brochure. The Penn State Room also carries merchandise for most other Penn State sports, plus hats, tees, and more, like this limited edition Rose Bowl poster. Everything's coming up roses in the Penn State Room at McClanahan's, East College Avenue, downtown State College.
Whether the groundhog saw his shadow or not, Mike's Video, TV, and Appliances in State College is celebrating Groundhog's Day with a huge 4-day sale. Now through Sunday, save on specially selected items throughout the store and take 6 months to pay. No interest, no payment until August 95. Save on this KitchenAid dishwasher featuring 4 cycles and the Whisper Quiet Sound insulating system. Now $50 off. Don't miss the Groundhog's Day sale at Mike's Video, TV, and Appliances State College, now through Sunday.
It's that time again, the time when you can win the vacation of a lifetime for the price of a stamp. Win a week with Casey's Cruisers on this Royal Caribbean luxury liner, Song of America. Luxury accommodations, glorious food, all you can eat, sun, fun, 6 exotic ports of call. Beat the winter. Stop at one of our sponsors, pick up an entry blank, fill it out, mail it in. Here's where you get your entry.
Schuster Chrysler, Roaring Spring, Sherry Appliance, Barnesboro, and Prudential Williams Real Estate, State College.
Hey, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's show. Got to meet Pete Lisicki, and we had to show him what downtown State College is all about. So until next week, I'll see you later.
Penn State Hoops has been brought to you by Subaru and your local Subaru dealer. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Health Riders, the total body fitness machine.
The other thing about Bruce Parkhill and for the Nittany Lion fans out there, he really has come a long way with his basketball program. I mean, when they got into the Big Ten, I don't think anyone expected that to get or proceed as quickly as they have, but they've done very well this year.
They're getting into that new arena, the Jordan Center. Well, that's a welcome addition. They got kids talking to them that did not talk to them before because of being in the Big Ten Conference. So you have to think that for that gentleman and his team that the fortunes are just continuing to rise.
This is